So we're going to try to find the equation of a line given information about a perpendicular line. My advice for a problem like this is to separate for yourself, what do I know about my line? What do I know about the other line? This equation of a perpendicular line is useful to us, but it's not actually our line. So we want to be really careful that we only use what's useful about this. Okay, so we'll remind ourselves that when we're finding the equation of a line, we always want to start by finding the slope. That's why a perpendicular line is useful. Knowing the slope of a perpendicular line tells you information about the slope of your line. This equation is currently in standard form. I don't know what the slope is right now, so I'm going to isolate y so I can figure out what the slope is. I subtract 3x from both sides and get 4y equals negative 3x plus 24. Dividing every single piece by 4 gives me y equals negative 3/4 of x plus 6. Okay, now remember, that's not my line. That's a perpendicular line. Why is it useful to me? Well, because the slope of a perpendicular line tells you what the slope of your line is. We know that in general, when we have two lines that are perpendicular, their slopes will be opposite reciprocals of each other. One will have a positive slope, one will have a negative slope. And the top and bottom of the slopes will flip upside down. So in this case, one line had a slope of negative 3/4. That's going to be perpendicular to a line with a slope of positive 4/3. We flip from negative to positive. We flip the top and the bottom. So now I have information about my line. I can say 4/3 is the slope of my line. I steal information about the slope, but I don't steal the y-intercept. That's not my y-intercept. Perpendicular line, I am done with you. Okay, so looking back to my line has an equation y equals 4/3 of x plus an unknown y-intercept. I don't know what it is. It's not the same as the perpendicular line, so I'm not going to steal its y-intercept. How do I know the y-intercept in my line? The same way I always do. You plug in a point on your line and you solve for the y-intercept. We've been told that our line goes through the point x is 6, y is 7. So I replace y with 7, and I replace x with 6. Alright, so I get 7 is equal to 4/3 of 6 plus b. Make your life easy. Put this over 1. 7 equals, cross cancel, 4 times 2 or 8 plus b. Subtract from both sides. I'm going to get negative 1 is equal to b. I now have all the information I need to write the equation of my line. I learned the slope of a perpendicular line, switched it around to get my slope, plugged that in, and then I plugged in a point to solve for the y-intercept. All together, I can now find that my line has the equation y is equal to 4/3 of x minus 1. And we're done.